These are the flags of the world, specifically the flags of the countries of the world, and even more specifically, the flags of 197 countries, including one extra, so 198 for Greenland right here. I added this manually. So one by one, we are going to be going through these in alphabetical order, I think, and I'm going to be making decisions. Each decision will be made by me and me alone, and I might not like a flag for any given reason, just as I might like a flag for any given reason. So don't get sad. I don't want to make you sad or angry. It's alright if you get happy though. You can be happy. Let's get started. I have a link of this in the description, so you can do it yourself if you'd like. But we'll start with Afghanistan, I believe this country is. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan. Something about it just doesn't appeal to me. So I'll put this in C for now. The colors are okay, not great. I would say the colors are a B. I can't really see what's going on here. It's just kind of, it's hard to tell what the crest is. It's just hard to see. Now Albania, I would say, is one step ahead of that. Albania's got some flair, something unique about it. I don't really like red. I don't think a flag should just be red. Red and black is, I don't know, and red and black are kind of like very bold colors, especially together. But I think the symbology of this, like, I don't know if it's a mythical creature with two heads, some type of bird, I think, I don't know. But the symbol brings it up from maybe F to B. All right, next up is Algeria, I believe. This is a very simple flag. I don't mind the flags with moons and stars. That's fine. The colors are okay. I like the white, I like the green. I don't know if the red really goes with it. I think, for me personally, it just doesn't pop out. I would say it's in C. Now, this is Andorra. It reminds me of another flag. I don't know if it's Romania or if it's Chad. Could be both, but it has this crest, and I can't really tell what's going on in there, but you know, it's got something special about it. I see like a diamond with arms. You know, that's probably not what it is, but it's got some animals and these weird stripes. I don't know what's going on with the stripes, but you'll be in B. There's something about you. There's something about you. All right, this is very bold. Who are you? You're Angola. I'm sorry, Angola. It's too bold for my taste. It's a little violent for my taste. I don't know what's going on. Is this like a wheel? Is this a backwards C? It's like part of the treads of a tire. I don't know. And it's got a star. That's true. But it's also got a knife. This is F. Too violent. It's also got the red and black. I don't like that. So this one, who are you? Maybe Antigua and Barbuda? Now you have red and black as well. That's okay, because you also have white, blue, and yellow. Great colors to mix in there. A great contrast. I'm a fan of this flag. You're going to be our first in A tier, and you should be proud of that. That's a big achievement. Alright, I think this is Argentina. So these are great colors, as I just said. I love yellow. I love white. I love the blue. This is a great blue. Now, I might surprise some people here, but this sun is very good. It's a very good sun. That face it's making, big fan. Let's put you in S tier. You're our first S tier, Argentina. A job well done. Now, who are you? Alright, this is Armenia. I don't really like this yellow. It's a little, I don't know. I don't really like dark yellow that much. I'm not really a fan of this. It's kind of boring. You're going in F tier, I'm sorry. Okay, this has to be Australia. I think it's like cropped a little bit. That's all right. We get the gist, you know. I think this is okay. Now a lot of flags will have this like British symbol, right? The cross with the X behind it, and I'm not gonna take any points off of that. Maybe some. But look at these stars, lovely stars. Each one has 7 points. Pretty nice. Oh no, actually no. One has 5 points. They're mixing it up. That gains favor. I'll say B. That's not bad. Now this red's better than the other reds because it also has white and no black. You're in B, and your name is Austria. Good job. Azerbaijan, you're a very good flag. There's something about this that just really appeals to me. Some of it's the colors, some of it's the moon. It's just really, it's an S tier. It's definitely S tier. These colors right here Who are you? Barbados? No, you're, this is Bahamas. The colors are incredible. I'm gonna have to say you're an A tier because, I don't know, it's a little simple. Not that that's a bad thing. I just don't know, why are we pointing to the right? Why not to the left, you know? So next up is Bahrain. Bahrain, this flag reminds me of those really frustrating things you put on your fingers, or you put like one finger in one side and the other finger in the other side, and when you go in together with both fingers and then pull, it doesn't allow you to pull your fingers out. I don't know what those are called, but that's what that reminds me of, and that's a bad thing. It's a bad thing, Bahrain. I have to throw you an F just for that. Otherwise, you're a pretty good flag, but those aren't good memories for me. All right, Bangladesh. Bangladesh, you're like an olive in my brain. I always picture an olive when I see your flag, and I don't like olives. Otherwise, these colors are very good. It's a red, but it's not a in-your-face bold red. It's a lighter red, and the green is top-notch. But I don't like olives, so you're going in C tier. Alright, well, okay. I'll put you in B tier. I'll be nice. Okay. No, this might be Barbados because it's got the trident. Tridents are very nice. I don't know why, but I sort of like Atlantis. I think we should rank this. The colors are okay. They're not amazing. Symbology, pretty good. Got the trident. I think you're at the top of B tier. I hate to say. I was thinking A tier, but I think B tier for you is good. You do start with a B. You do start with a B, Barbados, okay? So I think we're definitely missing part of this flag right here. I think this is Belarus. Okay, so I think the problem is that it's a different dimension than the other flags. It's longer, but let's open it in a new tab so we can see it. All right, so this is Belarus. I think this is a pretty good flag, and I think the part that we couldn't see adds a lot to it. I really like these patterns, the diamonds. It just makes me feel like it's a blanket and I could wrap it around me and be very warm. It does have a Christmas vibe, but that's okay. We don't mind it. We don't mind it. So Belarus, I'm gonna have to put you in A tier because you're kind of cozy. Alright, I think this is Belgium. Belgium, I don't really like your flag. I'm sorry. It's really the colors. Colors don't go together. I'm gonna have to say you're an F tier. Sorry about that. Alright, next up we have Belize. I don't know what's going on here. You have two people with... Are they bats? Sticks? There's a tree. I kind of like the tree and some kind of motto. You know, I think this is okay. I think B for Belize is pretty good. Pretty good spot for you. Next up we have Benin in Africa. I don't really know. This isn't that great. There's not really much going on, and the colors are... They're not great. They're not terrible, but we'll go C. Bhutan, I love your flag. Very unique colors, yellowish orange and the orangish red, and an incredible dragon that looks like it has wheels on its feet. An incredible experience looking at this. So we're gonna put you in S tier, right way up there. Okay. All right, next up, what is this? I think this is supposed to be Bolivia, but it's missing something. Okay, so I added this flag of Bolivia, and I think it's the state flag and a war flag, and this is the civil flag right here. So maybe we'll use the civil flag since that's what they had. I don't know what to do with you now. I'll just throw you down here. Okay. Alright, so this flag, not as good as the one with the bird on it, and everything else. I think you're just next to you. Next to Benin. Bosnia and Herzegovina. I do like your flag. I honestly, the colors are pretty good. I think you're definitely a B. There you go. Alright, Botswana. These colors are very good. You're going into A tier. There you go. Brazil. I like Brazil's flag. It's got a great diamond here. It's sort of three-dimensional in a way. It like pops out at you. Is that a globe? I never know if it's actually a globe or they're going for something else, like a hole. But if it's a globe and these are like stars reflecting off the globe, that's incredible. It probably isn't that, but you know, we're going S tier. Definitely. Next up is Brunei. Let's put you somewhere. I'm not a huge fan. It's a little too much with the hands. the like disembodied hands. I don't know where. I'm just not sure. I guess A for effort, but also F for effort. You know, sometimes you just try too hard. Next up, Bulgaria. Now, normally I would put something like this into C, but there's like I don't know. These are like a little more saturated. I like what's going on here. I like the white with the green and the red. It's just kind of nice. Next up, we have Burkina Faso. I think this is just a classic C, I'll have to say. Alright, Burundi. You have 3 stars and an interesting look. Very unique. I definitely think you deserve something for that. I think we'll put you in B tier. I think so. Cambodia. I mean, you're kind of nice. Red, white, and blue, you know, I don't mind it, but it's nothing extraordinary, you know? It's not extraordinary, but it's good. I think that's a good B. A good B, for sure. Alright, next up is Cameroon. All I'll say for Cameroon is it's no Senegal. It's no Senegal. C for Cameroon is very fair, I think. Now, Canada. Canada, you've got a nice leaf. I'm a big fan of leaves. I don't really like the red, but it's very bright. And that's better than this red right here. So I'll put you in A. A good A for Canada. A. That's a good spot. What's this? Oh, this is Cape Verde. You got a bunch of stars. I don't know. You're fine. You're fine. You're a C. Yes. Alright, now this one has a little bit of pizzazz, because, like, why is the line going down the middle? And that's unexpected. That's what gets my blood going. So we are going to put you in B, because otherwise you weren't going very far. But that line, it's nice. It's a good line. Okay, so I think this is Chad. We're gonna be a little hard on Chad, I'm sorry, and I'm not a fan of this flag. It's just not great. You might realize that it's these colors. You're gonna go next to this one. I will say you're better than this one just because you're a little brighter. There you go. Next up is Chile. You're okay. I think you're just as good as Cabo Verde. Nothing special. You remind me of Texas. Alright, China. China, you're fine. C for China, I think it's fine. Yeah, you're definitely above Angola. You're in a good spot. Now, I think this is Colombia. I'm sorry, Colombia, you're just gonna go right there. We know why. Cameroon? No, this isn't Cameroon. You're Comoros. Comoros, I like your flag because it reminds me of the beach. When I think of this, I think of a banana. I don't know why it looks like a banana. I know it's the moon, but it's a banana. Come on. Let's put you in a good spot, Comoros. You're not B. I think you're a good A. A very good A. So next up we have Democratic Republic of the Congo and Congo. Or just Republic of the Congo, I guess. So DRC will put, I think, is a B for me. And then I like the diagonals, Republic of the Congo, but the colors just aren't there. I think yours right here, right there. That looks good. This diagonal is pretty good. All right, I think this is Costa Rica. I think it's missing like a crest or something, but you know, I don't think that would change it too much. Let's put you. There's nothing that special about this flag, so I'll just put you in C tier. Now the Ivory Coast, this orange is kind of bold. You don't see that very often, so I'm gonna have to put you in B tier. It's kind of nice. There you go. Alright, next up is Croatia, and I think this has a goat, and I don't know, they're doing a lot up here. I can't really tell. And you got this checkered flag. I don't know what to do with you. I'm turned off by the checkers. I don't really like checkers that much. I think you have to go in C tier. But at least you have, I think it's a goat, which, you know, it's kind of nice. Next up is Cuba. Cuba, you're fine. You're just nothing special. There you go. Cyprus, you're a little egotistical. You enjoy your border shape a little too much. It's not a bad shape, but like you're just like presenting it to us. I don't know. Not sure why. Regardless, you're kind of a nice flag, so I think you have to go for B. Definitely a B. There you go. Alright, Czechia. I think you just go straight to C. I'm sorry. Alright, we're in the D's. We have Denmark. These like cross flags, I don't know what you call them. They're fine. I think you're a C. There you go. Djibouti. you're okay. There's something about you that puts me off a little bit. I do like your colors. I think it's the red star. The red star doesn't go with the other colors, even though I love the other colors. So you'll go at the top of C tier. I hate to say. I really had high hopes for you. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. We had Dominica in here. Now the colors, you know, aren't the best. But look at this bird. This is one of the best birds, and it's purple. That makes up for the other colors. It's like purple with green wings. What's going on there? That's great. It's just really great. And it's got the stars around it. It's all about the bird. I love that bird. And you know exactly where we're going with this. We're going S tier. Dominica. Superstar. Next up, we have Dominican Republic. Nothing special. I'm sorry. You had a nice crest here, but I think you're just a C. There you go. Okay, I think this is the Bolivia flag again. But it's the war flag. Okay, but we'll skip that one. Well, I mean, I might as well put it somewhere. I don't think it really changes Bolivia's position, so we'll put it next to Bolivia. Both Bolivias, I think. Yeah. Alright, I think this is Timor-Leste, but I think they're saying it's East Timor. That might be what it is now. So, East Timor will put you, honestly, not very high. I think you might be in F tier. I'm sorry. It's the colors. Alright, next up we have Ecuador. So Ecuador, you're basically Colombia, but with an eagle and some other stuff. That does make you better, but you're still, I think, I'm sorry, you're going F tier. I'm not digging those colors. Egypt, this is an incredible symbol in the middle here. I love the contrast between red and then black and then white in the middle. Like, I love the middle. I hate everything else. But something about the symbol really makes me go to B. It's very good. Very good. Next up is El Salvador. I always see the Illuminati when I look at this, and I'm not sure how that makes me feel. Well, it's telling me to go to S tier, but I'm fighting it. I'm going to C tier. Well, actually, it's definitely a B. The colors are good, for sure. It's kind of nice. Now, you're a tree, but not Eritrea. It's funny that you are next to each other. This is Equatorial Guinea. I think this is a good flag. I think it's definitely a B tier, not an A tier, but you're pretty good. Now, Eritrea, you're going into S tier. It might take a second, but we're gonna get there. There we are. We got another S tier, number 6. Okay, so this one might be controversial. Estonia. Estonia, I think you deserve A tier. I was gonna say S tier, but it's hard to put something without any shapes besides the stripes. You're all rectangles, but the colors are so good. You're kind of like Botswana. Eswatini, a unique flag for sure, and I think its uniqueness will bring it from C tier to B tier. I think that makes sense. It's got something going on there. I'm not really sure. All right, I think this is Ethiopia. Now the star is very creative. The colors I really don't like. I'm gonna have to put you in C tier. I'm sorry. All right, this is Fiji. Fiji, you've got the lion and you got the dove. I love the color of the background. I think you have to go to A tier. The lion freaks me out a little bit, but we'll put you up here. I just like your colors. All right, next up is Finland. You got good colors. That's all I'm gonna say, and you're gonna go to B tier just for it. All right, nothing special, just pretty average. Okay, France, you're just kind of boring. Get out of here. Gabon. Now these are some colors. Now we're talking. Let's put you in A tier just for those colors. These don't really go together. It's giving Tommy Hilfiger vibes. I don't know. But this just has to go into. I won't go F tier, but C tier. Georgia, I think you're trying to do too much. The cross is this kind of plus symbol. I don't know what it's supposed to symbolize, but there are too many of them. I don't know. It's not for me. I hate to give you F tier for that, but I'm sorry. I just don't like it. Not a fan. Germany, also, I'm sorry. You're basically just Belgium, but 90 degrees. Well, and some, not exactly. Colors aren't, yeah. Okay, but we got Ghana here. Ghana, I'm sorry, you're not great. There you go. Now this is kind of nice. You got some pattern mix up here. We're going, you think we're gonna go horizontal all the way through? And then they throw in this vertical line. I gotta hand it to you, Greece, that you threw me for a loop. You gotta go A tier just for that. And white and blue. Good colors. Greenland. The country I added to the list just because I liked your flag. I'm not gonna put you S tier, Greenland, but you're sort of the mix-up of expectations, just like Greece, makes me want to put you in A tier right next to Greece. Well, it wraps around, but you can imagine them right next to each other. Okay? Now we have Grenada. Colors, not good. Star, that's fine. The green is okay. What brings this from C tier to B tier for me is this leaf. I gotta say, it's a really good addition. It elevates the flag. Alright, so we got this bird reading a scroll. That's pretty impressive. These colors are great. Who is this? This is Guatemala. Guatemala, I didn't know your game. Okay, this bird is incredible. I have to put you in S tier. Honestly, this is the most unexpected moment of my entire day. I didn't know Guatemala had such a great flag. Okay, so this is Guinea, and this is Guinea-Bissau. So Guinea, I'm sorry, you're going with these. In Guinea-Bissau, same. It's the colors. I think this is sort of a color tier list. A color combination tier list with a mix of symbols. It's kind of fun. Next up is Guyana. You got something going there, but again, why are you pointing to the right? You could point to the left. Why did you choose to point to the right? I'm sorry. You're going high C tier because you're a little creative. Next up is Haiti. I sort of like it because you think it's just gonna be red and blue, and then they throw this rectangle in the middle with who knows what's going on there. And I think that elevates you to B as well. You're kind of special. It's kind of nice. Honduras, you just got good colors. That's all I'm gonna say about you. Good colors. I think the layout of the stars could... Actually, no. I like the layout because it sort of looks like an H. That's an H. So we'll allow it just for that. Okay, next up is Hungary. Something I currently am. I will say the colors are okay. I think you deserve high C. Well, yeah, high C. Yeah, that's a drink. Oh, but I'm not thirsty, I'm hungry. Alright, next up is Iceland. Iceland, you're kind of like Norway. I say wherever I put Norway, I put Iceland. Which might have been... Oh, I haven't ranked Norway yet, have I? I think this is good. C tier for Iceland. Fine. I like this one. I think this is India, and it's all about this flower in the middle. It speaks to me. It's definitely an A. At the very least, an A. And look at this orange. That's a really nice orange. I like it more than this orange. It's just slightly different. Okay, now we have Indonesia. I don't know... I think you just put U and C just because there's nothing special going on there. Iran, I never really knew what the symbol was, and I still don't, but I like this pattern here. Right here, the lines. I think you're gonna be a B tier. You got nice patterns. Right, Iraq, I'm sorry, you're going into F tier, and it's the colors. And I don't know what this says, it might just say Iraq. Ireland, you got good colors. You got Ivory Coast colors, which are very good. Let's see if we can find... Yeah, Ivory Coast. We'll just put you right there. Ooh, look at that symmetry. Reflection. I did not plan that. Israel, you got a nice star. You got nice lines. Israel's flag, I think, is just... I don't know, I would say... It's probably a B tier. Yeah. Okay, Italy, nothing too special here. think you're just a nice upper C tier. Yeah, that seems okay. Jamaica. I don't know. I think you're just a C tier. The green I like. I don't know. The black, the black and yellow, I don't know. I'm not a black and yellow fan. Japan, very simple, but not bad. I like circles. You're in B tier because you're a circle. Alright, next up we have Jordan. Not really a big fan of this flag, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to put you... I'm sorry, I have to put you in F tier. I don't like these colors. Kazakhstan now. You're upper S tier. This is incredible. That is a great spot for you. Alright. Next up is Kenya. I don't like the colors. I don't know what the symbol is, but I kind of like the symbol, so you'll go with C tier. Now this one's really nice. The symbology with the red sky. There's something about that. The seagull, the incredible sun. This is Kiribati's flag, and Kiribati, welcome. Where'd you go? Welcome to S tier. Alright, I think this is Kosovo. Kosovo, you're sort of a rock star. But your flag, I would say it's a classic B. I think you got potential. Alright, next up is Kuwait. I'm sorry, these colors just aren't working. There you go. Okay, this is one of the best suns I've ever seen. And I'm gonna be a little, I'm not gonna go S tier. Because the colors aren't quite there. But the shape is, it's very nice. But definitely A tier. Kyrgyzstan, yeah. Very good. Now I don't think I've done many red, white, blue countries above like C or B tier, have I? This is Laos. And I think Laos definitely deserves high, well I guess B tier is where I've put these others. Yeah, that seems about right for me. B tier. Latvia, you're just a little boring. But I do like the saturated red, so I'll put you in C instead of F. I did put, what, Denmark? Yeah, you'll go above Denmark. There you go. Alright, you're a tree. You're Lebanon. I like your tree. It's, I don't know, it's very blotty? Is that a word? I don't know, I kind of like it. I think you're a good B. There you go. This is Lesotho, and it's a bell. I like this bell. It's a good bell. You're going into A tier. There you go. Next up, we have Liberia. I don't know, it's fine. It's not great. I'll go C. Nothing against it. It's just a lot of stripes. I have to say, too many stripes. It's like an optical illusion. I can't really tell what's going on. Okay. Libya. You got a nice moon and star, but the colors aren't speaking to me that much. There you go. You are probably upper C though. Liechtenstein? You're tiny, but you got a crown. I think you're probably gonna be. You're definitely just a C. Sorry. All right, Lithuania. You're okay. You're probably just a C. Sorry. Okay, Luxembourg. You've got a little special blue there. You're definitely going to B just because of that blue. Big fan of that. There you go. Next up, we have Madagascar. I think you're just a classic upper C. Madagascar, there you go. Namibia, I think. Wait, no. Malawi. This is Malawi. An incredible sun. Incredible sun. It's like a sunrise or sunset with a black background. And it really makes you think. I think you're definitely a B tier. And you stand out a little bit. Even like Albania. The colors around you do not fit yourself, but you're a superstar. Well, not a superstar. You're a star. All right, Malaysia. So I'm realizing now that Malaysia has yellow in its flag, and that's why it didn't count when I was using it in GeoGrid for red, white, and blue. Okay, but that's not gonna do much for you, Malaysia. You're just next to Liberia. All right, we got a moon here. This is the Maldives, and to be honest, this is a banana. I don't know, some countries' moons just look more like bananas. Like, I don't even see a banana here, but I see a banana here. That's just how it is. I kind of like bananas. I think you're definitely in B tier. There you go. Whoa, what's going on with this green? It's very, very, very bright, very vibrant. Gonna have to give you an upper C for that. This is Mali's flag. Mali in Africa. Next up, we got Malta. Malta, you're simple, but you're not bad. I think you're going into the sea. Now, Marshall Islands. I love what you're doing with your sun and these lines. If this was like a lighter blue, you'd be an S tier. But I think you're definitely an A tier. There you go. Alright, this is Mauritania. This is sort of banana, but it's not quite a banana. I think you're definitely just the C tier. You're too full. This is throwing a wrench into things. Normally you only have 3 colors, but this is the 4th color. And the blue is, I don't know, like, what's going on here? It's okay. I think you can maybe make a case for B. And this is Mauritius. Yeah. I think it's definitely a B. There's something about it. Makes you stand out. Now Mexico. Is this an eagle eating like a worm or a snake? It's kind of crazy. I think that puts you in B tier as well. Pretty cool. Now Micronesia, you got good colors. You got good rotations of your stars. I think you could definitely be A tier material. Pretty good. Now, where are we? This is Moldova. Is this another eagle with like a bull? Or is this that's sort of what it looks like? It's not gonna bring it up out of C tier though. There you go. I mean, it did pull it out of F tier, which is good. All right, Monaco. I think wherever I put Indonesia, I'm gonna put you. There you go. Mongolia, you got a nice castle, whatever this is. I'm a fan of that. I think you deserve B tier. Alright, you're reminding me of Albania. But this is Montenegro, which makes sense because y'all are next to each other. I think it makes sense to put you in B tier as well. The colors aren't incredible, but Albania's colors aren't incredible either. So, but I prefer the silhouette, I think. Right, Morocco. I don't really like your colors, but I like your star. So you're not going F tier, but I'll put you in C tier. Right, Mozambique. The yellow and the green, those are pretty nice. And there's a book with weapons. Are those weapons? Or no, that's like a hoe and then like a. That's definitely a gun. It's a little violent. I'm sorry, it's a little too violent for me to put above F tier. There you go. Sorry. Myanmar, good colors. Good colors like that. And a very bold, large star. That's B tier. Namibia. I like your star. I like your vibe. I think you will go A tier. You got, decent colors. It's definitely A tier. There you go. This is Nauru? Nauru, okay. Nauru, I like. A nice star. I think you're a good B tier. Yeah. Nepal. Okay, now you're a wild card. This isn't the entire star or flag, but it's not a rectangle. It goes like more vertically than horizontally. I think I gotta put an A tier. Just for stepping out of the box a little bit, Like, it's not an incredible flag, but the shape is just so much different than all the others. I gotta give it something for that. Netherlands, I mean, you're fine. Here you go, C tier. Alright, New Zealand. Honestly, C tier. There's nothing special going on there. Alright, Nicaragua. I mean, I think you're probably... I don't know, I think you're probably up to B tier. Yeah, good colors. Alright, this one's good. Niger. I have to say, you're gonna go upper B tier. Alright, Nigeria. This might sound a little crazy, but I'm going A tier. I just like this green and white together. It goes well together. I don't know, other countries don't do it this well. It's just a nice green and white. Alright, North Korea, you're fine. I think you're better than a lot of other flags of your, like, that are similar to you. So I'll put you up here. Alright, North Macedonia though, that's an incredible sun. It just pops out at you. When I think about this flag, I think I'm being sucked into it. And that makes me want to put it in A tier. Look at that. Next up, I think this is Norway. I think it is. You're fine. You're a pretty good flag. You'll go up there in your Iceland. Alright, some of this one's being cut off. This is Oman. It seems a little violent going on there. I'm gonna have to say C tier. I can't really see part of the flag. I might move you down to F tier. Okay. Alright, next up we have Pakistan. Oh, that's not Pakistan. Pakistan goes, I think it's a good B tier for me. Yeah, good B tier. Oh, allow. You are my favorite. It's something so simple, but it does it so well. Just so nice. Such a lovely moon. Even though you're yellow, I don't know why it's a moon, but they said it was, so it is. Now, Palestine. I'm sorry, but your flag's basically the same as like Jordan's. It's gotta go there. I don't really like those colors. Alright, what do we got here? Panama. Panama is okay. It mixes up things a little bit. I think you can definitely put it in B tier. Just because of the mix-up. You know, it's red, white, and blue, but there's something else to consider. Alright, Papua New Guinea. I don't like the colors, but there's a mystery surrounding this creature / natural phenomenon. Maybe supernatural. You never know. I don't know what it is. I thought it was a stingray. It might be a bird. I don't know what you are, so I would be remiss if I didn't put you at least in B tier. Next up we have Paraguay. Paraguay, you're very simple. Very simple. I think you just deserve a nice C tier. There you go. Alright, Peru. Once again, you know, you're just nothing too special going on there. Philippines. I like your vibe of this side of your flag. It's a nice sun. Pretty good. I'll put you in B tier. There you go. Alright, I feel like I've seen these. Oh, that's this F tier. Okay. Ooh. Alright, Poland. Honestly, not much different than these. Portugal, you know, there's something special about this. I think you can definitely make a case for B tier for Portugal. Yeah. Oh no. Not again. Guitar. Get there. Get out of my face. Sorry. Alright, Romania, you're just Chad, but different. Not really that much different. Alright, Russia. Honestly, nothing special going on there. Rwanda. Pretty nice flag. I think you're definitely in A tier. I would put you in S tier, but I'm not digging the bottom half of the flag. Maybe if it was just yellow and blue, I think you're adding a little bit too much with that green. It is a nice green. It's not mixing perfectly. Okay, St. Kitts and Nevis. Not a big fan. You're going into C tier. St. Lucia. Big fan. Alright, this is a definite A tier for me. Pretty good colors. Look at that. Alright, next up is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm sorry, but we're going straight to A tier. I'm not really sorry. I don't know why I would be sorry, but I think it's because it takes so long to get there. Okay, Samoa, you're fine. You're fine. I think you're a little bit better than some of these other red, white, and blues, but I think it just makes sense to go upper C. San Marino, you got nice colors. I'm putting you in B tier for your colors. I can't really tell what's going on in your flag, the crest here, but I like B for you. Next up is Sao Tome and Principe. I have to say C tier. I think that's fair. Yeah. Alright, this is just too violent. Why do you have swords? Saudi Arabia, I'm sorry. I do like your green, but I have to stand by my principles of anti-violence. Okay, here we go. Now, Senegal. Unlike Cameroon, came before you, you have a green star. Now you go up here. You're going in the B tier. Look at that. Alright, next up is Serbia. It has a multi-headed eagle, I suppose, with a crown. That's pretty unique. I think we go to B tier for that. Like, how did they come up with this? Yeah. Seychelles. A very nice flag. It reminds me of those things in gym when I was a kid that everyone took a side of it. It's like a giant blanket you threw up in the air, and then everyone ran to the other side, or just stayed underneath it, and so it would fall down like a parachute, and you had to like make it to the other side, or you were trapped under it. A little scary, huh? But some people like being trapped under it, so I don't know. I don't know. But all that being said, I think you're a don't want to do that. I think you're definitely high A tier. I really enjoy this flag. Yeah. Alright, we're almost finished. Next up we have Sierra Leone. In Sierra Leone, you've got some very nice colors. So I am going to put you into high B tier for your nice colors. Sorry, I broke up Ireland and Ivory Coast. Alright, next up is Singapore. I think you're high, or probably low B. Low B. I think that makes sense for Singapore. Somewhere in there. I like the banana. It adds a little bit to like Indonesia's flag. It's something good going on there. Alright, we have Slovakia and Slovenia. Slovakia, I think you're just C tier. Slovenia, I think you're a little bit better. I like the mountains in your crest. You'll go high C. Yeah. Now we have Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands. Very interesting Solomon Islands. 3 stars. Actually, I think there's 5 stars, but you can't see them all. Let's put you probably high C, I think. Yeah. Somalia, very simple. Good colors. I think you have to put Somalia in B tier. Just nice colors. South Africa, you got an interesting shape. It's like a fork in the road. It's like these two. What's that poem? These 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, which I should not travel by. That's definitely wrong. Sorry, I don't know. It's been a very long time since I had to memorize that poem. But I like what's going on here in South Africa's flag. So I think we'll put you in high B. South Korea. I think South Korea is probably also in, well, yeah, I think it's also in B tier. I like the yin and the yang, the ball, these symbols, like, radiating from it. I think you deserve B. It's kind of nice, but I think you're a high B. Yeah. Alright, South Sudan. I like you more than regular Sudan, I think. We'll see. Let's put you up here. I think you're definitely in C, unfortunately. Alright, Spain. I don't know, I just don't like your colors very much. Red and yellow just don't go together, in my opinion. At least not like this. I'm just gonna say it. I think this is an F tier flag. That might be controversial. I don't know. All right, Sri Lanka. Why is this mythical creature holding a sword? This is F tier. I love the creature, but the sword just brings it all the way down. Like, why am I being attacked by a flag? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, next up is Sudan. Not as good as South Sudan. So you're next to these. All right. Suriname. You're okay. Like, you're definitely just a C. Okay. Sweden. You got nice colors. You got something going on. And I think you deserve a nice B tier for that. There you go. Switzerland. You're like a square. I mean, we only see a rectangular part of your square, but you're a square, and I think squares need to stand up for each other. I think you're a B tier. All right, next up we have Syria. Sorry. There you go. All right, Taiwan. I like your flag. I think you're an A tier flag. You're like Laos, but better in my mind. Just how it goes. Just how it goes. A good A tier for you, Taiwan. Okay, Tajikistan. I think you're okay. I'm just intrigued by the symbology here. I don't know what's going on here. I could say some crude things, but I won't. Let's move you to the C tier. Is good for you, I think. Okay. Tanzania, pretty good colors. I think we deserve a nice low B tier for you. I think that makes sense for Tanzania. A good flag. It's not great. Next up we have Thailand. Thailand, you are Laos but worse. Sort of how I would say. You're kind of like this flag. You remind me a lot. I think you're worse than this flag, so we'll put you down a little more. There you go. Alright, there we go. Next up is Togo. Togo, you... Unfortunately, I don't enjoy your flag that much. You're a C tier. Tonga. No, you got a little Switzerland in you, Tonga. You're like Georgia mixed with Switzerland. You're like a quarter of Georgia, kind of. And Georgia's doing too much. You're doing just enough. I think you're just very high C tier. Trinidad and Tobago? I think you're just very low C tier. I don't like the colors, but I like the diagonal. Alright, this is Tunisia. I think Tunisia deserves probably... I mean, I like the moon and the star, but I think you just have to be C tier. There's nothing else to say. The red and the white. There's not much going on. Nothing too much going on. Alright, now this flag right here, I think is Turkmenistan. We haven't had an S tier in a while. But this green is so nice, and look at this pattern here. It's so lovely. I don't know how anyone could put this below S tier. It wouldn't be me. We'll get there. You're up there. Alright, next up is Tuvalu. You got some nice colors, and I'm gonna have to put you in B tier for that. think Britain's flag right there brings it down a little bit, but you're okay. Uganda! Look at this bird! This bird's got it going on. This is just like the perfect number of stripes for this bird and these colors. Something is just going on in the right way. Like, you might think, oh, this is F tier. Look, these colors are in F tier. Look at Belgium, look at Germany. No. No. It's not the colors that make the bird, it's the bird that makes the colors. So we are putting you into... I'm not going to put you in S tier, but you're definitely going in A tier. You're kind of a superstar. Okay. Ukraine, honestly, you got great colors. Ukraine, I gotta admit, yellow and blue. Big fan of yellow and blue, as whoever watches this video will understand. So you're in A tier, for sure. United Arab Emirates, sorry, you're going with these. Just don't like those colors like that. Britain, you're fine. You're an okay flag. It's nothing that amazing. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for you. United States of America. Now, I have opinions about this flag. I don't think you deserve F tier, but it's close. You got too many stars. I understand it's one for each state. You get like 13 stripes for the colonies, maybe. But like, I don't know if that's even right. It might be. Can't remember. But there's so many stars. I think I have to put you... too many stars and too many stripes. It's just too much. Right, Uruguay. Uruguay, you're going into S tier. Could you be the last S tier? I don't know. I don't know. It's exciting. It's exciting. You never know. The future is not now, so we don't know. Okay. Oh, speaking of Uzbekistan, I have to say I love the banana that you can't see, and I love these stars like this. I hate to do it, but we're going back up. We're going back to S tier. Big fan of this flag. We very quickly found out that there was another S tier flag. Okay. Right, Vanuatu. I love this horn thing. I always think it's an elephant, and I like elephants, which always doesn't turn me on. That's not, it turns me, well, I don't know how to say it without, okay. But yeah, I think you're A tier because of the elephant. Alright, Vatican City. I love the keys. The keys to the city. The keys to the kingdom, maybe, as they say. And the colors are okay. They're not extraordinary, but I think it represents like high royalty, maybe, for like the Pope. So I think we can put you in A tier. It's kind of nice. Alright, who's next? Alright, we got Venezuela. Okay, there you go. Sorry. Vietnam, hello. Hello, Vietnam. You're going next to China, I suppose. Something similar to China's, at least in my brain. Ooh, yikes. Right there. Yemen? That's Yemen, right? Yeah. Yemen, you're going right there. Zambia. You got a nice bird. You got a nice bird. It's orange. That's nice. I think you go to B tier for that orange bird. I don't recognize... Wait, is this Zimbabwe? It's not all of Zimbabwe. I see like a little face here. And it looks like a block of cheese. But I think it's part of a bird. I think you deserve high C tier. Your bird isn't like Uganda's bird. Not as good. It's not centered around it. Alright, and then what's this? Oh, I think I added this one twice. Yeah, I think this is Belarus. I added it again, but you can't tell. So I think we're just gonna finish there. Alright, so if you want an overview, we got, this is F tier. That's good, F tier there. Alright, we're going up to C tier. These are C tier. Yeah. Ooh, wow. It's a lot in C tier. Quite a bit. in C tier. Oh my goodness. A lot of red, white, and blue in C tier. Some yellow, or so not yellow, white, red, and green as well. Now we get into the better flags. Now this is where it starts to cook a little bit. These are pretty good flags. B tier. B tier has some nice ones. Yeah. Yeah, Bangladesh. I almost put you an A, but you look like an olive. Now A tier, these are the stars. Well, some of them actually have stars, but there's like stars among us. They're very good. Very good flags. Nice flower. And then S tier. Let's read out our S tier superstars. S stands for superstar after all. We got Palau, Kazakhstan, Argentina, Azerbaijan, Bhutan, Brazil, Turkmenistan, Dominica, Eritrea, Guatemala, a surprise, Kiribati, Uruguay, and Uzbekistan. We got 13 in S tier. That's pretty great. It's pretty great. Alright, so I'm gonna save this as a picture and I'll share it. But I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you make a tier list of your own. Then you can compare it to mine. Or you could just judge my decisions as I made them. That's also good. But we'll save this and that'll be it. Alright, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.